spy with my little eye something that's a bit different. I am not wearing my black t-shirt. I am sporting a Journey t-shirt. Raw! Not just because I'm a fan of Journey, which I am, the Steve Perry incarnation, by the way. I want to make a point. Actually, I want to make a few points to you, Muse, because these points in particular affect you, and they affect me. And I want to start off with a subject that I talk about a lot. Back when I first started writing. When I first started writing, I realized something very important, something that would shape my career as a writer. I realized as an artist, it was important for me, just like it is as I am an actor, it is important for me to use the tools at my disposal. Use them. Use the tools at my disposal. And the tools I had as a writer were words. So I realized that I could string together a sentence in a way that was unique. And that kind of started the gears to roll in my head. And I started thinking back at the time of Ginsberg and the other beat poets. And what they did, they started a revolution. And I talk about revolution a lot because I believe that we are in desperate need of a revolution. And I hope that I am a part of that revolution. They started a revolution with words. They took the English language and they deconstructed it. And they turned it into something different. They flipped it on its head, over on its side, back and forth, upside down, inside out. And they said, we are going to repurpose the English language for our needs so that it meets our needs, so that we can express what we have inside of us in a way that makes sense to us. Very possibly while we were high, but that's fine. I don't condemn them or bemoan them for that. You do what you got to do to get where you got to go. As long as you're not hurting other people. So they started a revolution. They took the English language and did something that is very important and something that every writer needs to understand. Okay? And this is something that drives me forward as a writer. They took the English language and turned it into an art. They took the language and made it art. The language wasn't just a means to communicate an idea. It was a means to communicate an idea in an artistic way. See the difference? It's like E.E. Cummings. You've probably heard of E.E. Cummings, who took capitalization and punctuality and chucked it out the door and said, I'm going to write however I want to write. And this is the results of that. It's like John Cage, the composer, who wrote chance music. At one point, he took a bunch of notes on pieces of paper, little bits of paper, tossed them down a stairs, and however they landed was the melody. He took the standard, deconstructed it, reconstructed into something different, something artistic. And as writers, it is our duty, as we take this journey, to use the language at our disposal in a way to make it a form of art. Now, where is this all coming from? Besides the madness that is in my head, I am about next week, this coming week, after we film the streaming version of Irma Vep, The Mystery of Irma Vep, which I'm very excited about. After we get that done, I'm going to start writing my short story for the second Disquieted anthology. I know what the story is. I know the beginning and the ending of the story. I don't know what's going to happen in the middle of the story, but I know this, that I'm going to go back to my roots as a writer, and I'm going to turn the English language into art. I'm going to make sentences and paragraphs my playground, and I'm going to hopefully, in the process, maybe create something different. I don't like to play by the rules. It's that simple. I don't like to play by the rules. I am a rule breaker. I know the rules. It's taken me a long time to know the rules. And at one point in my career, I used to break the rules without truly knowing the rules. But now I'm going to break the rules knowing the rules. I'm going to flip the finger to the rules and say, I'm going to make the English language my bitch. Now, I know that this is kind of scary, not scary, but it's intimidating a little bit, because you set yourself up for catastrophic failure. And I know that this is either going to be incredibly hard or incredibly easy. I might set my fingers down to those keys and go, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm doing. Or it just may all flow out of me like a big tornado of words. And hopefully what I'm going to produce will be a strange sort of art form wrapped in another art form, wrapped in a nice, pretty bow that people can consume. Right? Now, the problem that this creates is not for me, it's for my editor. How is an editor going to know if I royally screwed up a sentence or if it's just the way I wanted it? So I'm going to have to have a talk with the editor to say, look, this is unique. If you look at this and you see a sentence that is very obviously out of whack, or there's strange punctuation, ask me. If you see a normal sentence that there are problems, then just fix the problems. Now, I'm not really sure how this is going to come out of me, but I know it's going to. I know I need to. I need to let this happen. And the reason why this short story is going to serve that purpose is because the nature of the story I want to tell lends itself to what I want to do. This particular short story is a perfect vehicle for me to turn the English language into an art. So, fingers crossed that I can make it work. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this with a short story, because to do what I'm about to do with a full-length novel would probably take me a very long time. Well, actually, either that or it will take me no time at all. It just depends on how... I know it's kind of hard to explain. I'm being a little bit vague because I don't want to give anything away. I don't want people going into this story knowing what I'm doing with it. I want people to read the story and go, whoa, that's a ride. And part of it, this is a horror short story, okay? So one of the things I want to do is add a layer of horror to the language. Right? So the journey on every possible layer might be frightful. And one thing, if I had to turn away from you, Muse, and look at my fellow artists, and if I would have to say something to them, it would be this: take a chance. Take off your writerly blinders. And I'm not saying you wear them, but take those blinders off and step well outside of your comfort zone. Because while you have those blinders on, while you're constantly working within your comfort zone, you are not creating anything new. Sure, you might be able to come up with a new story, a new character, a new universe. But when you're writing those new things in the same old fashion, it doesn't quite come off as fresh. And when we've done something over and over and over again, that repetition lends itself to a staleness that we don't want. We need new. We need improved. We need change. As artists, we always need to push ourselves into the realm of change, into the realm of different. Because otherwise, we're just repeating the same thing over and over again with different characters and a different veneer over it. We want to change the heart and soul. We want to change the foundation of what we do sometimes. Because in that change, we're going to discover something different. We're going to discover a new talent, a new ability, a new desire, a new excitement for what we do. And trust me, when words are your business, are your job, discovering something fresh is like getting oxygen for the first time after holding your breath or being held underwater for 5 minutes. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. It doesn't mean I don't get bored with my job. I love my job. I love writing words. But every so often, I need something to spark my heart and my soul and say, this is cool, this is new, this is unique. Let's go down this path. Let's take this journey and see where it leads. And hopefully, in the writing of this short story, I'm going to discover something new about myself. Or I'm going to discover a new way to communicate with words. I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. We'll see. But artists out there, seriously, don't be afraid of taking a new journey. Don't stop believing in your art. Because that wheel in the sky is going to keep on spinning. Oh man, that was lame. But I said it anyway. Be true to your craft. But also be true to your curiosity. And let it take you down new paths. So you can find new and fresh ideas. And along the way, don't forget to listen to your muse. Because your muse is going to give you those ideas that then you can take and twist and turn and bend and break and put back together and snap in half and put back together in the wrong way. But you know the routine. Anyway, that's all I got for today, Muse. Thank you for listening. Couldn't do this without you. I mean, if you weren't around me, I would probably be writing the same story over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And for that, Muse, I thank you. And I tell you once again that you, my friend, are awesome.